What is up, guys? Ivan here with GetIvan.com, and in this video we're going to be going over the Manage Numbers tab in my SignalWire dashboard for Google Sheets and Parabola. So this is a very important tab for managing all of the phone numbers and the instructions associated with those phone numbers inside of your SignalWire account from this Google Sheets dashboard. You need this tab in order to be able to delete numbers, in order to be able to manage large quantities of various features for numbers in a bulk fashion. You can do a number of these things from the back end of SignalWire individually on each number, but you cannot do these kinds of activities in bulk from the SignalWire backend like you can from this dashboard. You can rename all these green columns. You can adjust these features. So if I wanted to rename all of these phone numbers, I could do it right here. I could just change the name, and once I export, it will send the data. This is a very special tab. It's an orange colored tab, which means that it's a mixture of exporting and importing. If you export, then it will take the information from the green columns and send it to your SignalWire account. If you import, it will refresh this sheet with the information that is in your SignalWire account. So in order for this to be the most up-to-date, you have to do both an export and an import, one and then the other. The voice URL is the LAML XML bin URL. So in the SignalWire backend, you can go to the LAML REST API, and under the bin tab, I'm not going to go there now, and you can create XML bins. And using the XML documentation, I guess it's here, you can create specific instructions for how phone numbers behave. And the documentation's easy. All you have to do is basically copy the structure for a specific attribute that you want to include in your instructions for a phone number, and then you just configure it and then copy paste it into the LAML bin that is pretty much an XML file. Once you do that, you can grab the URL, paste it here, and then that phone number will behave based on the XML instructions that are provided in that bin. There's not really, it's possible to make another tab down here to create those XML instructions, but there's so many instructions, and I would have to integrate it with something like Pastebin API. It would be a complicated process, so it's really just easier for you guys to open up your SignalWire backend and go into the LAML bin section and make your XML instructions that way, and then you can just copy paste the URLs into these various fields. You can copy paste the URLs directly like this, or you can make an app under the Manage App section and paste the instructions there, and then you can actually just paste the app URL. Where is it? Should be application. It might be this one here. I have not tested it in a while. I tested it a while back. You might even put it here. I don't remember. Some section in here allows you to assign. Oh, here it is. Voice application SID. So basically, you can paste the SID of the app, I believe, and then that phone number will associate itself with that particular app, which then contains the XML instructions for how does this phone number behave if it receives SMS, or maybe even sends an SMS, and so on and so forth. And you can modify, post, get all this kind of information, how you want it to behave. If you're familiar with it, you'll be familiar with it. If you want to learn more about it, you can check the API docs and so on and so forth. The basics are that you can create an XML file in a bin, and you can put the instructions in here for voice. You can put the instructions in here for SMS. You can configure the app and then put the app stuff here, configure the app and then put the app stuff here for SMS. That's basically it. The main thing though is obviously You can change the names of the phone numbers, and then you can kind of put basic instructions. So there's a lot of stuff in here, but that's basically all you're doing is you're providing instructions for your phone numbers. So let me think. Do I want to provide a demonstration right now? Sure. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take this URL and I'm going to paste it to this new phone number I just registered. I'm going to run my flow hook to send this information. And it should be successful. And then I'm going to, it tried to update, but this is a different kind of webhook that I'm running. I'm going to run that again. So just pretend that I'm exporting. That was an export. Now I'm going to import. And boom, as you can see, it imported from nothing, and what it found was in the system, this number had this URL. So I actually want to delete this and then run this again, and that will tell the system that hey, actually, I want to remove that voice URL from that particular number. See it flash there, so you can tell that it did its thing. And then we'll delete that information just so that I can show you it imports it the way that I want it to be. Okay, so very simple. Let's move on to the next phase. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.